Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Folani. Well, I have two guests today. So the first guest is Mr. Dumebi Kachikwu. Mr. Kachikwu, as you all know, is the presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress, ADC. A fine morning to you, Mr. Kachikwu.
Good morning to you. Thanks for having me.
Indeed, our pleasure. I just thought we'd touch base and find out how it is coming along. That is, everybody knows that your ambition is to be the president of Nigeria. You are the presidential candidate of ADC, the vehicle by which you hope to achieve that objective. In the light of some news that has been happening in your party, your chairman, that kind of a thing, maybe the first question to ask is everything fine now?
Yeah, everything in my party is okay. We've moved on there. We moved on. There were some in my party whose tenure had lapsed and they wanted to stay on perpetually, but we were able to put a stop to that. The party is planning a convention to bring in new leadership. So we're in the midst of that now. So we've moved on. We've moved on from there.
Okay. Although I'm more interested in your agenda, but no less a figure than the chairman of your party seemed to be at odds with some aspects of the way the party is running. Not only that, Mrs. Patricia Akwashiki, he did say that between her and your good self, he was not too happy with the way things were going. So that's why I'm starting off with that. In case you had any comment on the whole matter about your chairman saying that the chair of the BOT at one time, Mrs. Patricia Kwachiki, and your good self, Mr. Dumebi Kachikwu, wanted to sort of wrest the party from them.
Okay, when the tenure of the former chairman lapsed, that's Ralph Nwosu, the BOT chairman, the person of Patricia Kwashiki, stepped in as BOT chairman because there was a lacuna, there was a void. And in order to fill that void, she stepped in to manage the affairs of the party till we have a convention to bring in new leadership. But that issue has been sorted with, like I said, we'll move past that. We're in full campaign mode now, dealing with all the issues attendant with a campaign of this nature. I think that's the greatest challenge we face now.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for clearing the air on that. And then now moving into the business of the day, which I am sure to you must be that of acquainting Nigerians with your agenda, as it were, what Nigerians can expect from you. There's a sense in which people say that when you look at the agenda or the manifesto of most, if not all, of the presidential candidates, you will find that they are sort of similar. So I wanted to put that proposition to you and say, first of all, do you accept that, or do you think that no, on the contrary, in ADC, you have a distinct and separate agenda that people could consider?
Yes, definitely, most definitely. The ADC is about the only party that has an agenda that's different from other parties. We first and foremost believe that we need to get to the root cause of our problems, identify that, and then deal with our problems holistically. So we believe that our problems are foundational, that stem from how we were structured as a country from independence. The former Royal Niger Company bettered a new company that we call Nigeria. And in the memory of this new company, they introduced things like tongue, tribe, religion, which has divided us, which has been the foundation for all the ills we have in society today. So we believe we need to go back there and start building a new foundation for this country. We believe we should have a charter that defines us and that unites us. This is the charter that Nigerians will rally around because that's what they believe in. The component parts must come together and say, this is what we want out of this nation called Nigeria. Once they sign on to this, this is what best a constitution, a framework, so that Nigerians don't gather every weekend and say they are going to Idoma or Tiv or Yoruba or Hausa or Fulani or Igbo town hall meeting. When we meet as Nigerians. We don't meet under a religious banner, under an ethnic banner. We now meet as Nigerians. That's one of the biggest challenges facing us, because most of us don't see ourselves as Nigerians. We see ourselves from the basis of tribe or religion. And that's why you have in National Assembly people who go there to represent their religion or their tribes. But once we have a charter that says we're all Nigerians, we will all see ourselves as Nigerians and fight for a Nigeria. So we are different in that stead. We also, as a party, we're the only party that actually not just talks about issues, but speaks to solutions. We believe that we shouldn't come with the mindset like you see other parties coming and saying, I have a 3.5, 5.9 point agenda. In our party, we say Nigeria is like a bucket with multiple holes, 30, 40 holes, right? If you plug 3 holes, 3-point agenda, 4 holes, 5 holes, the bucket is still leaking, and that ship will still collapse. So we believe that we should approach our problems holistically. We believe that Nigerians are the true asset of this country called Nigeria. And we have talented Nigerians who can take on all the issues we have and fix them. Nigerians are doing a good job all over the world, fixing problems in other countries. We believe that if we come together as a people, we can fix our problems. We should start seeing our problems from a different prism. When we also say Nigerians are the true assets of Nigeria, we believe that our country currently sees the population as a liability. If we were to invest in Nigerians will pay back Nigeria. We don't invest in Nigerians. That's why we have almost 50 million people unemployed in Nigeria. We need to start supporting Nigerians so that we can grow, we can rebase our economy, we can rebuild our country. In that stead, we are different because we see Nigerians as the asset that we must invest in.
Okay.